Welcome home, Rep Pack. Marcus here, and I am with Karina. And we are gonna be going into the thrift store right now, doing one of our favorite video series ever. Are you ready to go?
Yeah!
But are you?
I'm ready, Freddy.
Ready, Freddy.
You're ready, Freddy, okay. Yes, we are going to be going into the thrift store right now, guys. This is a free-for-all pick. You know, we are not gonna be like trying to go for like a certain value in particular, like in our $50 Road to a Dream Grail challenge. But we might film one, maybe two videos today, I don't know. But then after this little series, we will be doing another Road to a Dream Grail. We have had quite a few sales on that account. So for those of you guys that are waiting for that series, it will be coming. Today, it's a free-for-all, just all for fun, seeing if we can find some awesome stuff to add to the collection, some stuff for our Whatnot stream, some stuff that Karina might think is cool too, and of course, having a whole lot of fun with you beautiful people. We'll be looking for everything that we love, anything in regards to animation, Nickelodeon, Disney, Cartoon Network, you get the drift. Let's go ahead and head on in. Man, they're so lucky. It's literally someone's house right there. They can just jump over the fence, and then boom, they're at the thrift store. That seems so convenient. But we are going to be going in right now. Make sure you guys, if you haven't already, sorry, wait till I unlock, there you go. Make sure you guys hit the like button, because I know this is one of your guys' favorite series, one of my favorite series to do too, so in a support of that, would greatly appreciate it. And I've been seeing these trucks they have like literally everywhere recently, how they get a lot of their stuff, and I think that's why this thrift store is so good. They do pickup, so they clean out houses or, you know, anything like that. People that are moving, garage sales where the stuff doesn't completely all move, and that's how they get a lot of their stuff, so they don't rely on just donations like a lot of thrift stores do. So I think that may be one of the instruments that they use that makes this place so special. All right, so looking in the back here, this is where they usually keep a lot of the good stuff. I mean, there's some cool stuff. You have like the evolutions over there, but it's kind of empty back here right now, actually. So hopefully that's not the case for the whole store today, but maybe that means there's more stuff out there. So nothing really worth grabbing on this side. Let's go ahead and look in the rest of the store. Okay, so just getting in here, we found this in this little like comic book section here. They had a old school Shonen Jump magazine here. Man, that is actually so sweet. I love the cover on there. It has a free Dragon Ball pinup. I'm assuming the pinup is probably gone, but heck, that's still awesome though. It's just filled with a bunch of different manga. I used to have a lot of these growing up, so for only, for $10.
Ooh,
holy cow. Okay, well blue is 75% off, so that is really lucky. So we're gonna get it for $2.50, because yeah, I would $10, heck no. We'll grab it though. What is this? A very Nick Jr. Christmas. That's really like modern Nick Jr. I'm probably gonna leave that behind. They're very cool. They also have this right here, the Lost at Sea DVD. That is an instant grab. It's got the insert in there. The disc, that is not an instant grab. The disc was pretty beat up on that one. Let's see what else they got. Let's look in the Blu-rays. So you guys know we're still growing the Disney collection, but I'm also looking for a lot of like the DreamWorks movies. Pretty much nothing, right? This is a good movie. Percy Jackson.
Yeah, it actually is.
It is so good that there's a freaking sequel too. They have both of them here. Okay, they got two more of the sponges here. We have Sea Stories. Sea Stories is kind of beat up. Let's see about the Sponge for Hire. Oh man, a lot of the discs are really beat up on these. We've been getting really lucky. I kind of forgot that this was usually the normal. Are you kidding me? Angry Beavers Season 3 Part 1. That's a specific like grouping of content. But heck yeah, it's still sweet as heck. It's a lot of episodes. Oh, and those are like pristine discs. Heck yeah, we're grabbing that for sure. The Bernie Mac show, that show's actually hilarious. Season 1 here for the Bernie Mac show. What else do we got? Scooby-Doo and the Monster Madness, $2. Oh yeah, that's pretty clean. We'll go ahead and grab that. What is this? Story So Far. So this is a Shrek collection, Shrek 1, 2, and 3D. That box is so sick too. Heck yeah, that's actually, this is before they released the 4th film, Shrek Forever After. But we do not have this one, the Shrek 3D. And it has the glasses in there. We have to watch that. That is so sick. And then it has the bonus disc too in here. Oh yeah, everything's in here with the dronkies here. The dragon donkeys. That is awesome. Okay, how much are they asking for the whole box here? Probably like $30, huh? Let's see. $8. Is it on sale? I don't know if it's on sale, but that's actually really cool nonetheless. I'm gonna grab that. I actually have all the Shrek movies, I think, with the 3D, and this is a way cooler box.
Yeah. Who's your favorite character?
For me, Donkey. Well, I think my favorite character overall is probably Fiona, just because I think she's like, you know, she's pretty interesting and there's a lot of development for her. But I think Donkey's the funniest.
That's right, fool. Now I'm a flying talking donkey.
How about yourself?
Did
Lord Farquaad?
No. The cookie guy.
Gingy?
Yeah.
Guess it didn't work. So that's what we're grabbing right now. That was a pretty sweet haul for media, honestly. So we'll go ahead and look around and see what else we can find. But I think that's all we need. Ooh, do have this DVD already, but I am pumped for the new Lilo and Stitch movie. If you guys are as well, let me know in the comments down below.
How many days now? Because he's counting the days.
I was. She asked me, she was like, what date is the Lilo and Stitch movie came out? And I was like, 11 days. I didn't even give her the date. I was just like, I don't know what date it is. I just know how many days away it is. Somebody on Whatnot asked me if I should do like a CD collection, and I have a lot of Nickelodeon CDs and stuff. Yeah, I know, but I never really look at the CDs, and I feel like we should, because there is a lot of like, look at that one, that's super cute. Baby album. There's like a lot of actual like Nickelodeon CDs that I should be collecting, but it's just so hard to like see the titles because they're so tiny, and it's like you just get kind of like, I guess, overwhelmed by how many CDs there are that like I just don't usually look, but I'm gonna start looking here and there. I don't see any that I'm missing right now. This one looks like it could be our style, but no. I mean, look, there's even NCIS. So, I mean, there's soundtracks for just about everything. We gotta start looking out for those soundtracks. Usually what I check next is this stuff over here. The Addams Family book is actually pretty cool looking. I like that one a lot. But nothing necessarily that we need to pick up. I just like to share with you guys in case you guys see something that you would have picked up or something you think I should have grabbed. But this is pretty much all they have in like the comics and like graphic novel stuff. Okay, so I figured we look in the book section because you always usually check this spot last. Look at how cute he is, a little puppy Clifford.
Cute.
But I seen this. Man Sponge Saves the Day. This right here, I don't have this book. And like it's $3, so like I don't really want to get it because of the fact that I don't want the rest of these books. But like I'm at the point now where I have so many books in the collection that like when I see one that I don't have, it's pretty rare. So I pretty much I have to grab this. So yeah. We're gonna get it. Maybe some of the other books will be okay. I think there's an Arthur book in there. Maybe that'll be all right.
Arthur First Sleepover.
Yeah, that's an old reference. There used to be this person on the channel that would always comment Arthur's First Sleepover with like out any context. We had no clue, and I was always just like so lost why they were commenting Arthur's First Sleepover. Like if they wanted me to review it, if they wanted me to pick it up, I don't know. I have that VHS now because as soon as I saw it, I was like, okay, I'm grabbing that for him. Okay, so there's an ongoing meme with me and Karina, so I found you something Hello Kitty, but it's the same thing that I always find for some reason. It's always the same thing I always pick up, and you're always like, how many of these exist?
Alarm clock?
Yeah, it's an alarm clock.
Oh!
It's pretty cool though.
I love the strawberries on it.
Yeah, it needs to be cleaned up a little bit. I mean, but other than that, it's pretty sweet. Yeah, it's got some boo-boo browns on it for sure. But I mean, I think that can be cleaned up. Hopefully the inside's not like rotted from the batteries. This thing needs to be kind of bent into shape, but I think it's all fixable. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, it's as good as new.
Nice.
So, this part's a little loose. We got
Oh my god, how many stuff?
It's a fixer-upper. Okay, we're gonna grab that. It's not that bad for $4. Okay, so we are looking through the bags right now. Of course, we're gonna go look at the plushies next. You guys know I always say this, the bags are gonna be a surprise. I got one for somebody here. But the bags are gonna be a surprise. I saved that for when we get back to the cavern. We review everything that we found, and I show you what I might have found in some of our mystery bags here. So there's some cute stuff though. I'm not gonna get this one. It's $5. You have like 3 little Pokemon though. We have little hats and stuff, like winter stuff. We have like a little, I think this is a knockoff, but like a little Betty Spaghetti. You know, some cool stuff. I'm not gonna say everything I'm gonna pick up. The Betty Spaghetti I don't think I'm gonna grab anyway, so I wanted to show you it. So again, they're gonna be surprised. We got a lot of bags, okay? So we're gonna load these into the car. We're gonna look in the plush now. Okay, so this is our plush bin. There's a lot of big plushies here. That one is really cute, the Squishmallow. How much are they asking for him?
$5.
$5. He's 25% off too. You can grab him. So we also got Eeyore here we're gonna grab. But they have a bunch of plush through here. This is usually my favorite spot to look though, because nobody really ever looks in these little like, you know, tiny plush bins here. So there's a bunch of them you can see. I already found a little like, you know, I had to get in here quick because there were other people here, so I wanted to get in there quick. But we got a little vintage, like old school style Piglet. He's only $3, but he's 25% off too, so he'll be like $2. We got this little Lotso here. He's really cute. And they have so many of these Rick and Morty plushes. So we have Toxic Rick here. We got Combobulous Michael, I think is his name. I can't remember his name. I know he's from the Szechuan sauce episode. Snowball is so adorable. So I grabbed Snowball. We have this guy who says a particular word quite a lot. So we have him. We got Toxic Morty. This guy I just grabbed because this is, I figured his name wasn't like M3 or something like that. I don't remember his name, but he is from the Space Jam movie. And he's got these bloodshot eyes and he's butt naked. And I just couldn't get over how strange he looked. So I grabbed him. I'm gonna grab another Snowball too. One for my collection and one for the Whatnot streams. And then I also got Anger here. I would be angry too if they stapled my freaking eyeball. But they got Anger. And then again, they have some Toxic Rick and then freaking Combobulous Smile. And this guy right here, I feel like he looks familiar. I just don't know what he's from. So I'm grabbing him for right now. We have the monsters here. Let's kind of look through. I looked through really briefly, and that's just what I grabbed, like surface level. Let's just see if I missed anything, though. If you guys see anything, maybe I should have grabbed. We have a little, I think that's some Lion's Guard character. A lot of Beanie Babies in the bottom. This creepy looking monkey. June A. Bear Atlanta Novelty. We have Foxy here. And then over here, what do we got? We have the Smurf, but it looks like he spilled his Starbucks on his chest. The Smurf. What is this? A chicken or a turkey? Oh, this is the one from Friends. I remember this now where they put the sunglasses on. I want to say she put this on her head. What I feel like that's too odd even for Friends though. This is Kohl's. What else here? We got some Care Bears. I always see these pink dogs here from Victoria's Secret. I don't know if they just like come with stuff, but I see them all the time everywhere I go. A couple Paw Patrol plushies in there. I mean, I think I did a pretty good job sifting through this stuff because I don't see really anything. This is kind of a messed up little combination of items to be in here. Poor guy. He's in here with a corpse. I was say there's so many of these Rick and Morty plushies. Like somebody must have like donated like a whole like I don't know like box of them or something, like old stock. There's another one of the Snowballs too. Gara here, but he's like unlicensed. My man Franklin the freaking astronaut. All right, I think like I said we did a pretty good job sifting through all of this. I don't really see anything else in here that we need to grab. I actually don't know if I looked in this one. Nah. Yeah, I think we're good here. Karina came over here with this guy. I don't even know why. What did you bring this for?
It's funny. I don't know. It's like a little play dude.
Yeah, he's a strange. I think these are called silly slammers. You could like throw them on the table or the ground and they make like a sound effect or something like that. Very odd guy. It was just that's random that you brought him of all people. Don't do that to us. Look, does he seem like a guy that you could just do that to his nose? He looks like that bothered him very much. Somebody brought this just right now. This guy is so cool. So this is Cat in the Hat, but I think this, I don't know for sure. It still has the tag on him. I think this might be from the Cat in the Hat like puppet show they used to have. We'll put a video on screen, but it's a very obscure like Cat in the Hat series. So the fact that there's a plushie for it is kind of wild. So we're gonna go ahead and grab this one. It could just be regular Cat in the Hat, but the look of it tells me that it's not. So we grab this for sure. Okay, and then over here we have another big feet that I need for the collection. I have Thumper. Sometimes I can't tell with this. This is Miss Bunny, I think. She doesn't have like an official name, but I always think that they're the big feet version. I don't know. I don't think this is the big feet because like isn't Thumper's eyes like more like animated? Yeah, his eyes are like more kawaii style. So I think this might not be the big feet, but for $4 with
so
$23 basically or $4, I'm gonna go ahead and grab this one. I think she's still really cute. And then over here we found Donald here. This one is the big feet version. I do have him in my collection, but I can never leave a big feet behind, so we're gonna grab this one too. Think of Thumper. There he is right there. I'm sorry we took your girlfriend without you, Thumper. We have you at home though, Thumper. But we did find old school Snoopy's girlfriend here. It's Peanuts Classic. And because we're in Southern California, I don't know if she's missing one bow or she only has one bow. But this is the Knott's Berry Farm edition here. So somebody got this back in the day. Ooh, that hit me like an arrow through the chest, man. Not the knee. It's not 2011. That is sad. So we're gonna go ahead and leave you. But you are very cute. Very, very unaffordably cute. Oh, that is a good find. Karina's over there. Very, very cute. You got the Lola Bunny. Only $4.99. Okay, yeah. Oh my gosh. that's a Toy Factory plush, okay? She's not prepared for all that. You're gonna break her neck. But we have Arlo up here too, hanging out. There's a lot of good plush today. There's so many cool ones. I already have, like, the cart's already filled, so I'm gonna leave just some stuff behind because it's just too much to grab. But there's some really cute ones here. I think this is like a baby of TikTok the Croc from Peter Pan. This little Kuromi here. Karina already has one, I think, very similar to this. That's why I think she left it. Judy Hopps. Ah, oh, there's so many good ones today. What are you keep doing that to all the bunny characters? You keep giving them the rock and roll treatment.
It's real though.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's it. See, that's an indicator right there. That is usually a knockoff when it has this little suction cup thing on the top. Yeah, I would have said it was real too. As soon as I saw that, dead giveaway. Yeah, we're leaving that. All right, I think there's a million other things we could grab, but I think we got enough stuff already, so we're gonna go ahead and move on. Like, even there's a little Doug here too. Okay, I'm not gonna grab Doug unless he works. Like, if I press the press here and he talks, I'm gonna grab Doug too. If he doesn't, then I'm gonna leave him. Nope, I don't hear him. I was putting my ear close to make sure I don't hear him, so we're gonna leave him behind. Oh my gosh, I used to have this Ernie as a kid. That's so cute. He still has the press here on his hand too. I used to have this exact same Ernie. Doesn't it make you feel so old when, like, some of the stuff that you grew up with starts to have like that yellow color to it? You're like, wow, I'm so old. This is like when you find like a 1960s toy that has like this yellow hue to it. You're like, my goodness. Okay, and I am still working on the next episode of Plush Roulette, but it's just like I said, it's been really weak here recently. So, like, I mean, I'm looking through these ones. I've already kind of taken a little look at them, and there's just not really a lot of good plush bags. But like I said, sooner or later I will drop another one. I'm just always a little hesitant on those videos because they do make quite a mess, and these plushes can be quite disgusting. But sooner or later I gotta drop one. But I did want to check with you guys. It doesn't look like there's anything like surface level too fantastic quite yet. If I see like something immediately that catches my eye, I'll always just grab that bag to have it in our rotation for the series though. Okay, so now we are getting into like the boring section, the clothes. We never really looked through like all the clothes and stuff like that. I probably should, but it's just like you go through so much and like don't find anything really. So for me at least, it ends up being just kind of like a little bit of a waste of time. So I just don't bother, but I know that I'm missing out. I really wish I had more like vintage Nickelodeon, SpongeBob shirts, but I feel like most of the time that kind of stuff is usually probably taken. I mean, maybe we could get lucky every now and then, but who knows how many shirts we have to look through. So I kind of stick to the sections that I like the most, but usually once we get to this side of the thrift store, it starts to get a little bit more dead. Sometimes we can find like an item here and there. So if we see something, we will let you know. We'll keep you updated. But other than that, we're probably gonna start making our way out of here. Like, you never know. Sometimes you can get lucky in the backpack section here. Like, they have this Naruto one, Spider-Man one. So like, you can get lucky and find something cool in this section. I found a few Nickelodeon themed like backpacks before, but it doesn't seem like that's here today. All right, Karina got some items too. You got this book, a little shake blender. Okay.
It's so random.
Yeah. What made you pick this book?
I don't know, I just love the cover.
What is camels versus snakes versus carpets?
Yeah.
I love it. Very cool. And just as we were working our way out of here, we found this heifer Funko Pop, but they're asking $12.99. Otherwise, I would grab him, but I think he's worth about $12.99, so I'm gonna go ahead and leave him. To show you guys, we also picked up this. So cute. You can put a little picture in there as well too. We grabbed him, and I just forgot. I think he sings too. I don't know if that's him or this one. It might be this one. This one's really cute. So both these poos we picked up, and she is the strongest girl in the world. We have Karina. I offered to grab them. Here, give me one. Here, I'll take all of them with one finger. Big flex. I think my finger's gonna break. All right, so we are going to be heading back to the cavern. We are going to be filming one more too, but it's just going to be a separate video because that was crazy. Fantastic day, fantastic finds. The weather, beautiful here in California as 90% of the time. I love it. And Karina wanted to ask you guys a question.
If you have any books recommendation, can you guys tell me down below?
Okay, you keep looking at me. You're looking at them. I don't know. I haven't read a book that was past like the 5th grade reading level in so long. But yeah, if you guys have any book recommendations, I know she's shy to ask, but if you guys have any book recommendations for Karina, let her know. Anything like fantasy, that's the stuff she likes the most. She said she's up for anything, but I know fantasy, like that kind of like, you know, Harry Potter, wizard, stuff like that is what she's into the most. Okay, we are backing out of here right now and heading back to the cavern. Like I said, I'm trying to get out of here quick because my arm touched your gum. Why is your gum just sitting on your freaking drink like that, bro? What the frick? But I try to back out of the spots quick because there's always people waiting for your parking spot here. And I hate being that guy, you know, who's just like, some people, you know, they know there's no parking. That drives me crazy. It's one of my biggest pet peeves. Like, there's no parking, and then the person who's leaving, they get in their car, they turn the AC down, they're just like, watching YouTube videos, they're like living it up. Like they know people want their spot and they feel like they're in some kind of God tier level because they have a spot and they will enjoy every moment, every second that they could possibly get in that spot for no reason. Just back out and go, okay? So that's what I try to do. Is if I see somebody waiting for my spot, somebody's like telling me like, hey, are you leaving? Get in my car. And I try to be backing out within like 30 seconds. Like if you have kids and stuff like that, I get it, you know, like you have car seats to fix and all that kind of stuff. But if you're just like a regular person, I think it's good courtesy to just move semi-speedily so people can get going. Anyway, try to move efficiently. That's all I'm saying, you know. But if you do that, then it's okay too. Whatever, you know. I still love you. I just wish people would back out faster sometimes. Okay, so welcome back, Rep Pack. We are here. There are so many bags from the thrift here, not from just this video, but from another video that we filmed as well. So both of them were absolutely loaded. Let's go ahead and check out everything and see if it was worth it or not worth it. Of course, we are going to start off with our mystery bags. You guys can see what I picked up. Okay, so starting off with the bags, let's take a look here. So again, we are trying to find out if the items are worth it or not worth it. Some of the items, we're going to be going off their value. If I paid a certain amount for them, hopefully that the item is worth a little bit more than that, so we got a thrifting deal. But some items, like this one, it doesn't really matter because I'm getting it for my collection, so to me it's worth it. So this one right here we'll start off with. This one was $3, and we got the SpongeBob Man Sponge Saves the Day. I have to look at my collection, but I'm pretty sure I don't have this one, so automatically this is a worth it. But I mean, honestly, like this book is pretty freaking solid too. It's where Plankton teams up with all of the evil villains of Bikini Bottom in order to take down Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy, but not just that, get the Krusty Krab formula, which actually happens in an episode, and you'll find that happens a lot with these SpongeBob books. Sometimes the books can come out like a year, even several years in some cases, before the actual episode to have the story within the book. And I think sometimes they get inspiration from the books, and sometimes I think they just know some of the stories they're working on and they put the book out. But one of my favorite shots right here is this one with Plankton with his phone that has every villain, every evil person in Bikini Bottom on his speed dial. There's not even any numbers in the phone. There's just evil people here. And then when he shows the evil people, only like 2 of them are like Man Ray and Dirty Bubble. The rest of them are some of these other people that we see like most often at like Salty Spittoon, you know, but their names are apparently Sinister Squid, Ghastly Grouper, Ugly Urchin, Bad Blowfish, Terrible Tuna. A lot of these names just have the two letters at the beginning that match. Terrible Tuna, Bad Blowfish, Ugly Urchin, Ghastly Grouper, Sinister Squid, and then there's Slimy Pete. The Slimy Pete's the only one that stands out there. But that book right there, we also got these other ones, which I'm just going to give these away for free in people's packages on our Whatnot streams. We have Pet Charm. We have Arthur Breaks the Bank. Man, what clickbait. He actually never breaks the bank like in the front of the freaking book, ever. Arthur, clean your room. Let me guess, Arthur doesn't even actually clean his room. Let's see what we got here. He doesn't clean his room. He just puts all of the stuff on his room into DW's room, and he pays DW $1 a month rent in order to keep the stuff in there. So she goes into his room and realizes like, oh wow, Arthur, you're such a good guy. Your room's so clean. In reality, he just moved it all to DW's and paid her storage fees. My goodness, Arthur. So that was worth it just for the SpongeBob book. Next up here we have is the vintage Lola Bunny here. And this one I paid $3 for her. I think she's super cute. This is obviously from like around when Space Jam came out. Just from the look of it, you can tell. We have the Bugs Bunny. Very, very cute. So that one, I don't know if it's worth it, but I think it's a really cool figure. We'll check them all out when we're done here. This one right here is a bunch of Plants vs. Zombies figures you can see in there. And a lot of times Plants vs. Zombies stuff can be pretty rare actually and collectible. So I just grabbed them. I took a little bit of a gamble on them. And again, it's never too much of a gamble because if it's not worth it, somebody in the audience will appreciate them just because they're cool little figures and they'll get them for free. But I think this one was a mistake though, because I'm pretty sure these are fake. There's no like branding anywhere at all. Yeah, this might have been a big L. So we might have to go. We'll see, but I'm pretty sure that's gonna be an L there. All right, now this one right here, I paid $1 for it. It was 75% off. And you might think I grabbed it for this Mr. Krabs little figure here of him fencing, but I actually grabbed it because I'm pretty sure this is the guy from Big Hero 6. I want to say his name was like Wasabi or something like that. One of the guys from Big Hero 6, but he's in his costume form here. And it's a really nice, like articulated figure. Really cool. So I thought that's definitely worth the grab. And it's also just sweet, super nostalgic. And then there's also, what is his name? Little Bite? Not Little Bite, his little foot. Is his name Chomper? The little baby T-Rex here too. I don't think he works anymore though, but he was just a bonus. I mostly got it for the Wasabi figure. Yeah, he's all burnt out. There's also a Pikachu in here. Some other stuff, but other stuff is like pretty beat down. I wasn't really getting it for this stuff anyway. So let's see if Wasabi's worth it. If that might not even be his name, and I'm just saying Wasabi. And then this one will definitely be worth it. This was for Karina. I believe it was $4 after everything, discounts and all. And it's a licensed Sanrio little cinnamon roll here with a bow on that's also got cinnamon roll. And I feel like Karina has a bow like that. So we'll wash this guy up and she'll be getting this. But let's take a look and see if any of those items were worth it, or if there was anything that stood out. What am I thinking? That's not the guy. The guy in the Big Hero 6 has the purple costume. I knew he was familiar, but I didn't know what it is. This is the Beast of Bottomless Lake from Scooby-Doo. How did I miss that? But he goes for about 15 bucks. So, hey, that's worth it either way. And honestly, I'd rather get him because I'll actually be putting him in my Scooby collection. That is dope. I'm glad that I grabbed him. And the most recent sell of this Lola was 15 bucks too. So 15 plus 15, that's already 30. And we didn't even add up. I mean, obviously the book was just kind of a loss, but I mean, it was, you know, still worth it for me. Didn't even add up these guys yet, and we're already, I think, past what we paid for all the bags, which is what makes thrifting so awesome. You get to add stuff to your collection, and you get a lot of your money back usually. Okay, so the Plants vs. Zombie ones, even the fake ones, like I'm 90% sure these are not licensed, but even these ones are selling for like $5 each. We're just gonna say 10 for all of them. So, and then her, we found cinnamon roll, but it was $20 with it brand new. Let's just go ahead and do no value in case I went high on anything else. We'll go ahead and do 30 plus another 10. That equals $40 from just our bags there, which is not bad at all. And we got a cool book. Yeah. All right, let's look at everything else here. Let's check out the media here. This one, I'm sure won't be like worth it on paper. Hopefully this tape comes off good. Oh man, I hate when they put like this packing tape on stuff. Like I get it, you're trying to keep it closed, but man, hard to get off, and like usually it rips up the packaging too. Okay, I think we're okay here. Okay, so this is Shrek 1 through 3 here, but the packaging on it is so cool because it looks kind of like a fairy tale book when you open it up. And you also have the Shrek 3D here, which I have not seen in a long time since growing up. So one of these Friday nights, I will be watching this for sure. And it also comes with a bonus disc as well too, which is all bonus content. Even that has like really cool packaging on it. So just a really satisfying collectible product there. I did pay, after the discount and everything, like $5. Let's see if it's worth it. But for me, this is worth it for so many different ways. One, to add into my collection. Two, either I'll bring it to my Whatnot stream and somebody else is going to love having this, or I've also been in connects with Boston the Brimstone. I talked about him once or twice on the channel because I loved what he does. Kind of like what I do a little bit with SpongeBob and Nickelodeon stuff, but for Shrek content. And he goes to the same flea market as me, weirdly enough. So if he doesn't have this, maybe I'll have to give this over to him too. But let's go ahead and see what it overall goes for. I mean, it goes for about 10 to 12 bucks, so $5, not bad at all. I'm gonna go with worth it, and that's just a really cool piece. Just for nostalgia alone, I'm glad that we grabbed it. Also grabbed the Shonen Jump magazine. This one was 75% off. Otherwise, I would not have grabbed it because they were asking $10, but completely loaded up with a bunch of manga. And here we got Yu-Gi-Oh, Naruto, Shaman King, and then also, just like with Nick magazine, some of the advertisements in these things are like the best parts of the books too. So definitely worth it at only $2.50. Okay, so we'll just go by bag at this point because we have so much stuff still to go through. Let's get into the plush. There's some stuff, like I said, I will be bringing it to my stream, so I already know they're gonna be worth it. Like this, I always bring Winnie the Pooh stuff to my streams, and people love it, and I love it. It's so much fun, and this is so dang adorable. He was, I think, like $4 because he was $6 because he was 50% off, and he is so cute. Like, put a picture in there of your son, your daughter, you and your loved one, anybody, put that on a shelf. That is a way cuter picture frame than anything else I can imagine. And like I said, we'll add up all this at the end of the bag. Let's just keep checking out. I got snowballs here. We got 2 snowballs. He was so cute. I had to grab both of them. We got Toxic Rick and also Combobulous Michael. I mean, you don't find plushies brand new with the tags on them every day, so I had to pick them up. Oh, I forgot some bags in here. We'll have to check these bags out. But also in the media here, we got the Angry Beaver Season 3 Part 1. That is a solid pickup for only $2. And then Scooby-Doo and the Moon Monster Madness, another really, really good one for only $2. Like, anytime you can get a Scooby-Doo movie for $2, it's a win. But let's check out these bags here. So the reason why I grabbed these bags is every time I've bought these tech deck dudes before, they almost always were worth it. These were actually little tiny like thumb dudes you would put on top of skateboards back in the 90s, 2000s. They're super collectible now because a lot of people that grew up with them, you know, they want to have their original tech deck dudes back. And there's that one as well as this one. I think is like kind of like you know, like a Japanese Robo, like kind of like Ultraman kind of vibe. And there's this one in this bag. And then they also have some other figures in here too that are just kind of like bonus ones. I don't even know what they are. Like this one's all Power Ranger figures. Tiny little figures like this sell on our eBay store. Like I would say these are kind of like what are like the majority of our sales is like, you know, not some days you sell like those really big items that are like $70, $80, $100. But the majority of items that add up every single day on our store is usually tiny little figures like this that are like anywhere from like $8 to $15. People pick up those constantly, you know, because they are a more portable figure, and those things add up too. So I love getting little stuff like this that you just can throw on the shop. We have 3 different Power Rangers. I don't know what this guy is, but I'm not gonna lie, this thing on his head is kind of grossing me the hell out. I don't want to touch him anymore. We will check him out, but I don't like that. But they're all kind of gross in this bag, to be honest. There's also this, well, this guy's not as bad. He's just kind of, you know, aliens that have weird protrusions are a little bit more understandable. We have this little alien guy here. Power Rangers I don't think are Imaginext, but this is like some little goblin demon guy. That was a nice bag there, I would say. I mean, that was a lot of little minifigures. I know that's gonna be worth it. And then this guy was so freaking cool too. I love Winnie the Pooh, man. Like there's just so many cute items out there. Let's see it. How do we activate him again? I don't even know how it went off in the store. Oh my gosh, man. I can imagine a little kid, like a baby or like somebody like 1, 2 years old would love this so much. But even just me as like a collector, he's just so cute. And you can just turn him on real quick and just see him like play his little jingle. I love that guy. And he was only $5. An amazing pickup. Would pick this up every day out of the week. Karina forgot her little blender thing here. And then also the Hello Kitty clock. I'm telling you, once we clean this up, it is going to be sick. It was only $4 to the little Hello Kitty alarm clock. So I'll show you guys in the shots a little before and after we clean this guy up, and you guys can see the difference in it. All right, we only have 1 bag left, so let's find out if this stuff was worth it or not worth it. So the Hello Kitty alarm clock, similar ones have sold anywhere between $25 to $40. Some of those I think are a little bit high up there, so we're just gonna go with $20. All of the minifigures, I mean, some of them are like $10, some of them are like $5. They kind of are all over the place, so we're just gonna say we have 8 of them. 8 times 5 would be 40. let's just do 20. I don't know. I don't want to go over the top on stuff. I usually always do better than whatever I add up in these like videos, but I just like to be low in case. You guys know how I say it every video. You know how it goes. I'm saying it for the new people. Wow, so this picture frame Pooh here, it's by Sega. Oh, wow, and it's in Japanese. So this is not only a vintage Winnie the Pooh plushie, which ones in similar size go for about 20 to 30. This is a vintage one from Japan. I have no clue how this got here. I mean, probably somebody that moved here. I always find a lot of like Japanese in particular region stuff at that local thrift store. I think it's a very heavy Asian populated area. So this guy right here, honestly being vintage and from Japan, I think you could probably ask anywhere between 60 to like 70 bucks, but I'm not gonna ask anywhere near that on my Whatnot stream, but I'm still gonna give it a high value overall for our edition here. I'm gonna go ahead and say 40 bucks just to be safe, but I think he is adorable. I would pay that much for him, and knowing that he's not just vintage, but from Japan too. And the reason why I mentioned that it's from Japan is because it being vintage already makes it slightly rarer than a modern plushie that are more accessible, but being from another country makes it even significantly more unlikely that you would find that particular plushie. And there's no Pooh holding a picture frame American equivalent. So I'm gonna go with 40 on him. He is so adorable. I love him. Okay, and I paid $4 for all the Rick and Morty plushies. They pretty much go like all between $10 to $15. So all of them are easy double up, but I think they're so cute. Some of them will be going to my Whatnot stream, and I might keep the Toxic Rick and Toxic Morty because that's just one of my favorite episodes of the whole series. I haven't watched a lot of the newer Rick and Morty episodes, but the early seasons, that was definitely one of the top ones for me. So Snowball, we got 10, 10, and 10 right there. Also another Snowball, 10 more. All right, in our last bag here, let's take a look. Let's see what we got here. This is one of the ones. Oh yeah, him too. We saw him as well. That's another 10 right there. He went for about 12. Toxic Morty, there we go. Come on, these would be so cute sitting together in the cartoon variety room. Heck yeah. This guy, I'm so interested to find out, is this from the puppet show I was thinking about, or is it something else? So I paid $12 for this one. I did pay up quite a bit for this puppet Cat in the Hat. I have a very firm suspicion it's going to either destroy the value we paid for it, or it's going to be exactly what we paid for it, and we're going to regret picking him up. But I don't think I'm going to regret picking him up. He's really cool. We got Mr. Anger here for only $2 from Turning Red. His collar just keeps wanting to get popped. We got Mrs. Bunny, another Mrs. Bunny, okay, Lola Bunny. We got Lotso Bear, little old school Piglet, $4. Pikachu was only $2.50 because he was on sale. Squishmallow Eeyore was only $2. And Big Feet Donald, I did pay $7 for. Okay, so I was right, and he also has, if you get his batteries changed out, you can pull his tie and it moves his hat down. That is so fun. And he also talks too, so he goes for about 25 bucks. I mean, that's kind of like, I paid for like half of that, you know, so I think that's definitely still worth it though. He's just a cool item and worth it for picking up for that reason, because he's just fun. And then this guy right here, sorry, also I forgot Pooh. Pooh went for about $15, so not too bad, 5 bucks. And then Donald, I'm pretty sure he goes for about like, I'm not even gonna look him up, but I think he goes for about 10 to 15. We paid 8. I'm sure that's about what he, you know, after fees, everything was what I would get for it. But he's just a really cute, fun item to bring to my Whatnot stream. So I'm okay with grabbing Donald. He's adorable. And anytime I can get a Big Feet that's this clean, I'm gonna grab it, whether it's for my collection or for someone else's. Mrs. Bunny's most recently sold for about $22. I only paid $5 for her, I believe, $5. So a great steal. And she's so cute as well too. I feel bad for leaving Thumper behind. I'm so sorry. He's probably lonely, or he's snuggled up next to some other unlicensed bunny that's not Disney. Maybe he's living good. Okay, and classic style Piglet here goes for about $12 plus shipping too, so $17 really. But I think he was definitely worth it for the only $3 I paid, and he's adorable. He can set down just like this too, and he'll be coming over to our stream. Again, I love picking up Winnie the Pooh stuff, but I also know that like 95% of Squishmallows are pretty worthless. Kind of like Beanie Babies. They're just so mass produced that most of them aren't that rare really. He goes for about 10 bucks. I paid $2.50, so still worth it. And he's a really cool item. So we still got a little bit of value on him though. All right, Mini Lotso, he goes for about 10. Little Pikachu goes for about 10. And then Lola here goes for about 12. So a bunch of nice little finds, you know. know. We didn't find anything today that was like, whoa, like fantastic, you know, a $5 fine turns into a $100 value. I would say the closest thing was maybe the Winnie the Pooh, but we found a lot of really cool inventory and also items for the collection. So I had a good day. I always love getting out there, having fun, hunting. You never know what you're gonna stumble upon. We recently on the channel have had some unbelievable finds, so it always encourages me to just get out there and keep hunting. So days like this just kind of keep you fueled up. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little hunt that you know the drill. Scan it! Welcome to one of Marcus's forgotten outros. It's hot. It's so hot, guys. If you guys could say a little prayer for me, hit the like button, you know, leave a comment of good wishes. It's so hot today in California, but this is the outro. I forgot because the heat made all my memories incinerate. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new here. Check out this video on your screen right here that I know you're gonna love. Patreon, whatnot, all that information is down below if you guys wanna help keeping this show coming. But on that note, I'll see all you beautiful people in the next one. Adios and bloop.